We're at the Maryland State Fair.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because, you know, when we were coming up with the ideas for this show, it's all about memories.
All about memories.
It's a trip down memory lane. And for me, the State Fair, I have lots of memories. I came here all the time as a kid. So we are at the 141st Maryland State Fair at the Timonium Fairgrounds. And we're gonna have a ball. We're gonna get to do everything. We're gonna go on rides. We're going to the exhibition hall. We're gonna see everything, the arts, the crafts, the food. And then maybe we'll actually get a hold of some food that we probably should not eat.
I think I see a fried Oreo in my future.
So let's go to the fair.
Thank you. Cheers.
All right, let's go. Donuts for dollars and dollars for donuts at our State Fair. Woo! Up there! Right, go ahead.
Looks like it's going to be number 7 section.
Yes!
Congratulations.
Well, John, we're at the Maryland State Fair. We found a little bit of shade.
Yep.
Thank you to this kind booth. And you have what there?
I have the Italian sausage sandwich with those beautiful sauteed peppers, onions. They smelled so good when we were walking by. I had to have this one.
I agree. So I went with the cotton candy, a classic, and then also the largest corn dog I've ever seen in my life.
So you kind of went sweet and savory.
I did, which is really awesome.
Very nice. Nice balance.
Well, cheers.
Cheers. Feeling good, isn't it?
Feeling awesome.
Great.
This is so relaxing.
This
too.
brings back memories.
It does. Except you can't rock these cars, which I appreciate.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
So, Mary, how was that day at the State Fair?
This was a fabulous day. I love the State Fair, and I haven't had this much fun in a very long time. We rode the Ferris wheel, we ate, we drank our lemonade, the best ever.
And saw crafts like you can't believe. It was a great day.
It was.
But now it's time for us to go back into our studio kitchen and let's cook.
Let's cook.
Wow, that was quite the day at the fair. Mary and I were like all over the place. We were playing games and we were going to arcades. We did the whole thing. So I love going to the State Fair. I've been loving it for years. And Mary, I don't think she had been in a while. So let's find out exactly what she has to think about it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our executive sous chef, also known as the CEO of Harford County Public Libraries, Mary Hastler. Mary, come on in.
John, it's so good to be here.
Oh, it's good to see you.
You're absolutely correct. I've only been to the State Fair twice. Once a year ago to pick up our little corgi, Sky, from the farmer who raised him.
Yeah.
And then when we did our filming. So it's so exciting. I have been to the Harford County Fair many, many times.
Yeah.
We do a spelling bee there every year through the library. But it's fascinating, and the rides and the food and just the people watching.
Yeah,
it's
that's the best, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
It really is. So if you haven't ever been to the State Fair, it's just about over now. But make sure next year you hit that State Fair because it's so much fun.
It really is, and it supports our farms, our agricultural, our young children in 4-H. It's just an amazing time.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, the whole idea, the reason that we kind of put this show together and we have the State Fair in it, it's all about, you know, a trip down memory lane, right?
Yep.
And we were thinking about all kinds of different memories. You know, we have been trying to brainstorm some things. And we thought, so many people, every year, they take their families, take the kids. It's a generational kind of thing. That's a great way to do it. And we found the perfect person to be our guest chef this evening, right?
We did.
We had Shelley Howell with us at the State Fair. And, you know, she wrote Dining Down Memory Lane. So if we're talking about memories, this is the perfect thing. Now, I don't want to surprise you or anything.
Okay.
But actually, we have Shelley here tonight to cook with you.
You surprised me.
Absolutely, I knew I would. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Shelley Howell. Come on.
Hi there.
So good to
Hey,
see you
Mary.
again.
Great to see you. And John.
Welcome back.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, you made it through the fair, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
How much fun we had.
We did. We had an awesome time.
Yeah, we did.
So now we're going to do some recipes that actually tie into that whole idea of memory lane, right?
Great.
And you were the inspiration. Shelley gave us all the ideas for the recipes that we're going to do tonight.
Great.
And most of them are from your books,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. So anyway, I can actually show you the book because I got a present.
Look at the crab wrapping paper,
This
Shelley.
is the
You get
best.
gold
I
stars
like
for
that. There's those little
Very
details.
cute.
And you can kind of tell I like crab
I
stuff.
thought
yeah.
so.
Yeah. So look at this. Wow. Dining Down Memory Lane and Dining Down Memory Lane Volume 2. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So in case you need these recipes, you can find them right here in these books. All right. So the first one we're going to talk with, Mary, maybe you can get that.
This one?
Next one, I think it's the next one over.
Okay.
And we're going to make a ketchup. Okay, we're going to make a ketchup.
Okay. It's
delicious.
And this is a really interesting ketchup, in as much you're always thinking tomato ketchup. Not today. I was over at Black Rock Orchard for the last number of weeks, and they were just finishing up their blueberry season. Dave had some gorgeous things. So we're going to make a blueberry ketchup. All right?
It's going to be awesome.
Ready? Okay, so it's a pretty simple thing.
It is.
You know, sometimes people think ketchups and all these preserves and stuff are tough to make. They're really not. They're pretty simple. So I think you might like this. So Mary,
Yes, sir.
maybe you can put that into this pot.
I can do that.
Okay. And we just want to make sure that we're up nice and high,
Nice and high. I will turn it on
that one.
on
Good.
high.
Good.
Okay.
All right, so we have that there. Now, Shelley, it calls for in there a weird thing, like a half a cup of apple cider honey. And you said that Bragg's.
I made my own by adding a little honey, but Bragg's apparently does make one.
They do. So anyway, in case you have not had the Bragg's, vinegar, apple cider vinegar, this cures you of everything. Anything you've ever had or may have, it'll take care of it.
That's right.
I've been on the website.
I take it every morning in one of my shakes.
See, and it works
Wow.
like a charm. It's the perfect probiotic. We're not sponsored by Bragg's. So what I did, it's calling for like a half a cup of this concoction. So I made one of these earlier, so I know this works like really well. So I put a quarter cup of the Bragg's apple cider vinegar, and I'm going to put about a quarter cup of there we go, right there. And let's see, we'll just mix that all up, because otherwise the honey sort of just goes right to the bottom and sits. But this is really good. Actually, I've used this before. I've taken the apple cider vinegar, the Bragg's, and some honey, like if I was having a sore throat or something.
Right.
And I made a little tea out of it, and it's very good. All right, so all we have to do is put that right in, and that's enough liquid. You're not really going to be putting any other liquid in there at all. All right, so if one of you would like to do the honors of about 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, approximately.
Now, should I be
when you're doing
gently
that,
stirring,
yeah, maybe if
perhaps?
you want to do that, we'll let you do that. So you have that kind of mixture of a sour
And the sweet.
and the sweet in there, and the sweet, but blueberries are often, they're sweet, but they're tart at the same time. So we get that going on. And then we have a little bit of cinnamon, like about a half teaspoon. Yeah, that looks like our cinnamon. Put that in there. And then we're going to use like about a quarter teaspoon of ground ginger. That would be this one right here.
Oh, it
Smells
smells
good.
great
Yeah,
already.
doesn't it? Doesn't it? And then we have some allspice.
That would be the allspice.
Very nice.
Yeah, whenever you see these kinds of things like mace or these nut-like things. Allspice is one of those too, and has a really amazing flavor. All right, now here's a bit you may not think that we would do this, but I think it's a great thing to do, is pepper.
Oh, yeah.
Pepper.
Yeah, it has about a 1/4 teaspoon of cracked black pepper. Now, you know, after I made it and I tasted it, I really liked it. I liked that little peppery thing. I could even see taking a pinch of cayenne and putting it in there as well.
That would be really good.
You know, because with all that sweet, I think that could work out really, really nicely. And then we're going to take about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Voila. And then another one that you might not think of, we're going to put some garlic, some minced garlic in there.
There we go.
There you go. So now Mary's going to stir it up, stir it all around, and let me see if we got that nice hot thing looking under there. How's our thing going here? It's getting nice and hot. So pretty much what we're going to do right now is bring it to a boil, and then we're going to let it simmer for, I don't know, about, I let mine today simmer for about 20 minutes. You could go for 20 to 30, depending on where your heat level is, but you want to keep an eye on it, because as all that sugar is cooking down, it's going to start to caramelize, and it's going to give you that thickness. So I think that would be really good. All right, so we will, you know what they say, a watched pot never boils. So we'll just sit it and we'll turn our heads for a second, right? That'll be it. And before you know it, we're going to have something. All right, that looks like it's just about ready. Okay, as you can see, it's kind of getting syrupy looking because there's so much sugar in there and it's cooking down. As it cools, it's going to thicken up already. So shouldn't be too much to do with that, right, Mary?
All right, just a few minutes. In the meantime, John, do you have something to share with us? If I'm correct, I'm seeing a bionic eye, or perhaps eyes.
Actually, 2 bionic eyes. Yeah, I just had a little bit of eye surgery and have some new lenses in, so I can see without glasses. But if it looks like I have really red eyes today, that's just from the residual. In next class we have, they'll be back to normal.
Awesome, awesome. Well, congratulations on your bionic eyes.
Well, thank you, thank you. So now what we want to do at this point is you want to take the ketchup and put it through a strainer.
Okay.
We're using what is known in the business as a China cap, like a chinois. And we're just going to take that and put that all through there.
Get all the good bits, as my sister would say. Don't leave anything behind.
Awesome.
Okay.
And then you can just use the spoon.
Okay.
Put that back down there. And you can use the spoon and stir around.
Stir. Oh.
And as you can see.
Oh my
here, I'll
gosh,
pull
look
that
at
back
that.
up.
It's
See what's happening?
beautiful. Look at that.
So you're
So
getting
shiny.
all the goodness of the blueberries are coming out there.
This is really easy.
Yeah, and then it'll help thicken it up a little bit as well. And once we get all that through, basically what I do is just let it come first to room temperature, and then you can just get yourself like a plastic squeezy bottle, and pour it right in there. And we already did one, and we're all set. And it came out quite nicely, as you can see. It's a good consistency.
Yes,
great.
And it tastes good. So anyway, when we were down there, you know, we were very food focused.
Yes, we
I don't know why, but we were food focused. I was like, but that isn't all they have there. Obviously, they have livestock. They have all entertainment. We went and heard some music. But they have so many crafts. I was surprised with those exhibition halls how much stuff they have. So what we saw crocheting.
We did.
And what else did we see?
We saw knitting.
Knitting.
We saw beautiful quilts.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was pretty amazing. So why don't we take a look and see what we saw?
Yeah, I'd love to.
We're in the exhibition hall here at the Maryland State Fair, and we're Janice Coronas and Mary. Oh my God.
My heart is like beating like this.
All right, so we're in the crochet department right now.
Crochet department.
I always get confused between knitting and crocheting. And I know I could be shot for saying that, you know, when you're in this area.
Knitting, you need 2 needles.
Yeah.
And crocheting, you have 1 needle.
Okay.
So you do a lot with your hand.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah.
Well, some of the work is absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
The dragon, which is above us. I don't know if anybody can see it, but it's gorgeous.
Yes.
And just the details and the colors and the time.
Yeah,
It's
really.
very time consuming.
And there's so many crafts, correct, in
Yes.
this in the
Yes,
exhibition hall.
We have the fine arts, we have photography, we have quilts, we have arts and crafts, we have rug hooking, we have sewing. There's just a little bit of everything for everybody.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
I love
it really
it.
is.
Well, I think we should go check some more of it out.
This is the Veterans Showcase, and this gentleman did a self-portrait of himself, and it's great. It's just really amazing. I don't have the talent to do something like that, so I'm impressed.
Yeah, I'm totally impressed by it. So everyone that did this are veterans?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. There's just some amazing. We're going to go find, come on, let's find a cheese bread.
Let's go find the cheese bread.
My mother loved cheese bread.
Oh, I love cheese bread.
Especially the Hastler's cheese bread.
I like it sort of thick sliced and then toasted and put a little bit of shrimp salad on there and you're good to go. Or plain.
Or plain. My mother, every time I was going to go up to Hastler, she would say, Johnny, don't you forget to get the cheese bread.
I love that.
And here is a cheese bread.
Yum.
We have a cheese bread right there.
Here's the blue ribbon winner.
There's your blue ribbon cheese
and
bread.
here's second place. They both look wonderful.
Yeah, look at the interior of it. You know, you
Yeah.
have kind of those veins of cheese running through it. But you know what I did with it just recently?
No.
I took the cheese bread and I got some hamburgers from Liberty Delight Farm, and I used the cheese bread as the roll. So you had cheese on it, you had the local meat, and then local cheese on top of that. So you're getting a lot.
Oh, delicious. Was that open-faced?
Open face, yeah.
Sounds
We're gonna
great.
do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's gonna be so delicious.
All right.
Okay.
The next thing that we're going to go into right now is the Hastler's cheese bread. How many people have been to Hastler's in their youth? Well, we have. And it's kind of where we grew up shopping.
For sure.
All right,
Okay.
we can hand
take this.
that off to our Vannas over
Okay.
there to your right.
There's my Vannas.
Your Vanna 1 and Vanna 2. And we can get ready and start our
Okay,
Hastler's cheese
great.
bread.
All right.
Okay, so Hastler's was a department store in Baltimore, and seemed like everybody went there, and we have so many memories of going shopping there, of eating there, and they had a great bakery and a counter that you could go. Chow mein, you could get that down there, but the one thing that everybody talked about all the time was the Hastler's cheese bread. You know? Anytime I was going over there, my mother said, don't forget to get the cheese bread and bring it home. So in your book,
Yes.
and in one of the reminiscent books on Hastler's, they give the recipe for the cheese bread. So we are going to show you how to make that right in your very own home. Okay, Marissa, maybe if you bring this and the cutting board right over to front and center here, but not near the hot part, because we're known for melting cutting boards. We definitely are. So basically, what we're going to do is I'm going to take some dry yeast right here, and it's about a package.
Okay. Now, is this rapid rise or regular?
This is regular.
Okay.
It's fast acting, but it's not the rapid one. And so I have some warm water. It's tepid. Look that up in the dictionary.
Okay.
You know, so it's just a little bit warm, but it's not hot to the touch.
Right.
Okay.
You don't want to put really hot water in there because the yeast is not going to be happy and it will not behave itself.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to take that and stir that all around. You could also do this a little bit earlier before you make the bread, maybe about 10-15 minutes if you felt like it, and put it in just like a little thing like this. Put the warm water in it and let it sit.
Okay.
Because you see, as we're looking at that right now, it's already going to start to dissolve, and they call this blooming. Yeah, so it'll start to activate itself right there.
Nice.
All right, so some of the things that we need to do this thing is flour, and you just want to use all-purpose flour, a little bit of salt, some sugar, milk, and then a lot of cheese.
Okay.
Cheese is the operative word of what we're doing on this dish. Whether we start it with the blueberry ketchup, whether we go with the cheese bread, and then we're making a cheesurger to go on the cheese bread.
It's gonna be so good.
We're talking cheese tonight, okay? All right, so I think this is looking like that is making things. So we're going to add all of the ingredients and kind of mix them well. I'm going to put the milk in next, just because I prefer. This is such a loose recipe. This is like an easy bread recipe. So most of the time, you could do it any which way you want, but I like putting the flour in at the end. So I try to get all my wet ingredients first. So we have a little bit of melted butter there, right? And then we have some salt. Salt is very, very important in it because the yeast likes salt, and it also likes sugar. It helps activate it. So we'll stir all that around. And then we have some of our homegrown sugar right from Domino's. It's nothing like it. We have everything here.
We do.
Don't we?
Yes.
I mean, Maryland is an amazing place.
It is.
From the
We're
mountains,
very lucky.
from the mountains to the shores, and we have just about it all. Okay, so I think I got everything. I got sugar, salt, we have milk in there. And so let's start with putting some of this flour in. And I'd like to do it just a little at a time. Now, I think in the drawer here right by you, if you pull this open, we'll be able to find a spoon. And so we just stir that in. And if you guys want to take that, I'll stir.
Okay.
And then you can just start adding.
Okay.
Okay?
Ready
There
for
you
some
go.
more?
Yeah, sure. We'll take more. And okay. Now you could do this like in your mix master with your dough hook, but I really like working with my hands. I do. I like doing it myself. Unless I'm making multiple, loaves. If we were going to make 6 or 8 loaves of this, then maybe
Mix
we'd have to
master.
haul.
Right.
We'll have to haul out that KitchenAid. All right, you can put that. Yeah.
Oh.
Good.
Gotta
All
use
right.
your muscles now.
That's right. So here we go. Got that? All right, we were going to wait. I'm going to get this in here, and then we'll take a break, and I'll see if it'll take any more flour.
Okay.
Because as we continue to stir, you see it is actually
Coming together.
It's picking up the flour. So, yeah, it's looking good. All right, now we'll take the cheese. So this is a sharp American cheese, or sharp cheddar actually.
Cheddar?
It's a sharp cheddar. So I'm going to put that in, and then we'll stir that around. And this does take some muscles at this particular.
That's why you're doing it, John.
That's why I'm doing it.
That's why we're watching.
Yeah, but I'm
admiring.
gonna get you all gonna be kneading in just a minute. I need you to
need us.
knead. I need you.
Great.
Like crazy.
I love kneading.
Yeah.
I know, isn't that great?
It's so relaxing, isn't
It
it?
is.
It's fun.
All right, and then we took some more of the sharp cheddar and just cut it into little pieces and cubes. So what happens as it's baking, it kind of, you get all this, cheesy
Good
thing
stuff.
going through the
Cheesy
center of it.
goodness.
All right, here we go. Now, Mary, I think we have a little extra flour over there too that
do.
we can keep there. So what I think we should do is, why don't you just sprinkle some flour across the board. I'm going to take a little bit. Whenever you're making bread and you're going to work it or knead it, just cover your hands with flour. It really
Here you go,
helps.
Shell. I think you're going to need some flour.
Okay. Let me get my rings off here.
So this is really cool, and you're going to see how cool this is in just a minute or so, because as soon as I get this dough to come together, you see all the cheese in it is it's looking good.
What another
It
good
is.
present.
It would be a great
I
present.
mean, really,
Yeah.
think about the basket you can make at the holidays.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With
Yeah.
a little bit of cheese bread and the ketchup.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be perfect?
My sister would
Yeah.
love this for a gift.
Yeah. So I can tell, when I'm doing this, I just can tell by handling the dough.
feels.
If it's
When
still
it's
a
right.
bit sticky, you don't want it to be too sticky.
No.
So this is coming together really nicely. It's really pliable. And so I'm just working it together in the bowl just to get the dough to come together.
Okay.
And now, look at that.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Look at that with all
beautiful.
the cheese running through there. That is pretty awesome.
Pretty.
So ladies, I'm gonna turn this over to you, and I think you know how to knead. So
Yep.
let's do a little kneading. We'll sing one of our cheese songs. I don't know which one of the I don't know which one of the cheese songs I want
what's
to
it,
do.
the mouse
Yeah.
around the clock or something?
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
cheese stands alone. That's the only thing that comes to mind.
It'll be something like that. So anyway, what we're going to do is you knead it. I would say I'd knead it for about 5 minutes
5
at
minutes.
least, or 10 minutes, and then we have a bowl here somewhere. Vanna has for us, our little Vanna, that's been oiled, and
Okay.
we're going to put the dough in there.
Sure. Doing a great job, Shell.
Thanks.
You're doing a great job.
Now, John, in the olden time, I have a lot of olden time cookbooks, and they talk about ridges on your dough. Avoid the ridges, and you're supposed to smack it down. I'm thinking more probably I Love Lucy, maybe.
Yeah.
So, is that a real thing?
Yeah, I haven't.
Okay.
I
I
haven't
was just
encountered
curious.
the ridge thing,
Okay.
but yeah, this is looking good. This is looking good.
So the next thing is we get the bowl that's greased.
Yeah,
and
we
then
we
put it
would
in-
do that. So
then it rests?
after you knead it for about
Okay.
5-10 minutes, just take a bowl similar to this, and then
Okay.
you just sort of oil it, and then you can put the dough in there.
Okay.
Put a towel over top of it, and then I think we can see what we have over there.
All right.
You
Voila,
can
the
tell it's coming
magic.
together here.
That's good. I'll take that.
Okay.
But look at that. Isn't that
It's
beautiful?
It's beautiful.
It really is.
It really
I-
is beautiful.
I love that. So we're just going to let that rest with a towel over it,
Okay,
and
I
I'll
will-
switch this out
We will
with you.
switch. Voila.
And then in here,
Nice.
oh, we found the other bowl.
Oh, there's the other bowl.
Knew that
we
other
knew
bowl-
we had
I
it.
knew that other bowl was somewhere. So anyway, here's your actual
Yum.
risen dough. So just like any other dough, you want to punch it down because it's getting air in it and volume in it. And Mary, if you want to put a little bit more
on the board.
of that there, and here we go.
Oh, it looks so pretty.
So you can just give it, I would just
Nice.
put a little bit of flour on top, just a little bit, and maybe 2 or 3 kneads on it. And then we can, there's a little bread pan over there,
Okay.
Mare.
Oh, very nice. Now, is this greased? Do
I
we
hope-
tend to? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Oh, actually, no, it's
No,
not.
it's not. Oh, but we have canola oil if we
Yeah,
wish.
so if you want to give that
Sure,
a little
let me go
spray,
spray
that
it
would be
around.
lovely.
This looks like one of my pans my mom had.
Yeah,
I
this,
know.
As,
Vintage.
you, as you can see,
I love your things that we
I
use.
have baked a lot of
You
Irish soda
have.
bread in that. Many, many loaves. So we're just going to roll this out a little bit like this. Now the recipe,
So he was just rolling that a minute ago. That's a new technique. I've never rolled dough before.
yeah, so you want to pull it in under here. So I'm getting the seam.
Okay.
I'm rolling the seam down.
Okay.
Right.
So when I put it in here, it will have the seam down.
Oh, it's so
So
pretty.
you
Yeah.
have
Look
that.
at that.
Perfect.
It is perfect.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
So anyway, we're going to do the same thing that we did to the other dough.
Okay.
We're going to take the towel, put it over top.
warm spot.
And then we'll put that in a warm space.
okay.
And then we will be, once it's ready to go, it'll go in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. And there you
Okay.
go. So let's see what we have here.
Here we go.
We did this a little earlier. We'll turn this over to
switch
our
with you.
Vannas in the back. And here we have a couple beautiful loaves of the Hastler's cheese bread. And if you look in the center here, look at the texture. The texture is,
Can I touch it?
yeah, the
Oh my
texture
gosh.
is really, really beautiful.
See, I would break off a chunk of. I would eat that whole loaf within 5 minutes. Who am I kidding?
Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful.
that is-
Sliced and toasted.
Yes. That is so good. All
Okay.
right. So we're going to take a little break here and we're going to get ready and we're going to make a sandwich with this cheese bread that is unbelievable. Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's get going.
Yes.
All right. Now, we went to all the trouble to make the authentic Hastler's cheese bread, right? So I was trying to figure what could we do with that. And so what are some of the memories you have about the Hastler's cheese bread? What did they put on that?
Well, at the Towson Tea Room, they toasted it and they served their shrimp salad sandwiches and their tuna fish salad sandwiches on cheese bread, and it was really good.
Absolutely delicious.
Absolutely.
And the egg salad. I love the
And
egg
egg salad, yes.
Egg salad was
Oh,
really good too.
that's really good on it.
Yeah. So I thought let's do something a little bit different. You know, we're looking down memory lane, but we're also thinking about our local boar mission here of connecting people to local foods. So obviously we have the history right here in our hands, the memories. And so I went over to the farmer's market at Waverly 32nd where we hang out all the time. And we got some beautiful ground meat from Liberty Delight Farms, which is up in Reisterstown. They do farmers markets all over the area, and you can also go to their website, libertydelightfarms.com, and they do home delivery. They do all kinds of things. They have an amazing array of meats. So it's absolutely beautiful. And then, who's our girlfriend up at Brooms Bloom Dairy?
Kate.
So, Merrick, grab that over there. Let's take a look. I want to show everybody what we got. I love their Creswell cheddar. It's so good. And they did a new one, and I saw that this week, and I knew what we were going to be doing. And it's a beer brine cheese. So I thought we are making the ultimate cheeseburger today, are we not?
We
I
are.
mean, I don't know what to say. So we got this there, and there, you have that right over there. So I think if you want to get involved with this, we can do a little decorating of cheese.
Make it look pretty.
So this Creswell cheddar is a little bit, has a little bit of an age on it, so it does, break into little pieces, but we're going to take care of that darn quick.
Okay.
Oh, let's put a little bit more on. Why not, Mayor? We'll keep this for us to eat. I'm going to put a little more on.
A little bit more.
Little bit more.
Little bit more.
Okay, Mary, we got a lid here. Let's put a
do?
lid on this whole thing, and we're going to let it melt.
All right.
And in just a couple minutes, we're going to have the ultimate cheeseburger. But okay, now when you're making your cheeseburger, what do you like on your cheeseburger?
Typically, I like onion, lettuce, tomato, ketchup, and mustard.
I like pickles. I like olives and tomatoes.
All right. Well, we have a whole different McGillicuddy here with that because, like you were talking, you like pickles on it. Well, we have that sour component in this blueberry ketchup. Now, where did you say that recipe came from? What was it?
I believe it came from a chef at the Milton Inn during the 90s.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, I love the Milton Inn. I always did.
Yes.
I always did. So we have this here. So there's a number, obviously, different things we could do. If you were so vested in your regular ketchup, you could use it. But I think this is going to be absolutely awesome with the local cheese, the local beef, and our Hastler's cheese bread. So let's make believe. We'll start it with this. We'll just do some swirls of our blueberry ketchup. Oh my God.
Looks
Wow.
beautiful.
Look
Look at that.
And then we have our, let's see what we have going on here. Oh, look, it's all melting out lovely. So we have our down memory lane spatula.
Yes, we do.
Mary loves this spatula.
I love this spatula. It reminds me of my mom's house and my grandparents' spatula.
Oh my God. So basically all you have to do, Mary, is set that atop
Okay.
This delicious Hustler's cheese bread. Here, I'll help you with that.
Okay.
Oh, that's a hot little
It
thing,
is a hot
isn't it?
little burger.
Get that right there. I got it.
Got it?
Lovely.
Okay.
Okay, good. And then, if you want it, if you had some lovely Maryland tomatoes, you could put that on top of it. But I really thought that this would be nice, just open-faced and getting all the flavors. I think if we put too many things on this right now, we would lose some of the flavor of the
Exactly.
cheese bread and
Oh my
of
gosh,
the
that looks
beef.
so
It's
pretty.
beautiful.
Look at that.
Now you can really see the color come out.
And then
in
you
that.
could do, if we were at Gertrude's, you could
Yeah.
do a little swirl.
We could do
plate.
swirls and squiggles and
And
yada, yada,
squiggles.
yada.
John, I think you're going to have to put this on the menu.
I think so
I
too,
think-
John.
I think we might just have to do that. So anyway, we have the ultimate cheeseburger. It's a locavore cheeseburger, and I don't think you can do much more than that, can you?
I agree.
All right, well, we'll let that sit for a second before we tuck into that. But, all right, we were fortunate enough when we were at that state fair to be there on Cookie and Cake Day. Was it not?
It was great.
I mean, we timed that. And
We did.
they have all kinds of categories for the different kinds of cookies, more than I could have even imagined. Why don't we take a look and see what we saw? Hey, we're at the Maryland State Fair, and we're in one of the exhibition halls, and I'm with Shelley Howell, and we are looking at food memories and food that we can eat and food we remember. And so when I come here every year and I look at all the different entries into the food world, and I think about it like a memory, they are living memories kind of waiting to be eaten.
Absolutely. And I can't wait to check out all the blue ribbon winners.
Yeah, well, that's a really cool part about it. People spend so much time, so much effort, and put themselves into this every year. And I always love seeing the guys that kind of made it to the top.
Yes, it's definitely a labor of love.
Yeah.
Certainly.
All right, well, we'll check it out. And we may just get some ideas that we can riff on in the kitchen
Oh, I can't
later.
wait.
Okay,
That's going to be so much fun.
let's go.
All right.
All right, look at all the cakes
Oh,
we have today
look
here.
at that, John.
My gosh. Now that is a beauty, huh?
That is.
And so many people spend so much time. Think about how much time it takes to make,
I
decorate.
wonder how much time it did take. And look, it got it's the President's Award, the Blue Prize first place winner.
Exactly. They have different classes of, entries for different kind of cake. They have a President of the State Fair cake, and then this is the governor's cake.
Wow.
Which I think is so cool to have, all these different things, and people just specifically go for that category.
I wonder, does the governor come here to the cake, or does the cake go to the governor?
I think the cake might go to the governor, and so Governor Hogan, we would love to get our fingers in this, but we'll let you have it.
John, I'm very simple in my taste. I mean,
Yeah.
I can go extravagant at times, but I just love simple food, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm kind of drawn to sugar cookies. I love a chewy
Ah.
sugar cookie. Just the simple ingredients of it makes me very happy. Put a little icing on it, good to go.
That's always my favorite at the holidays. My grandmother Gertie made an awesome sugar cookie.
Oh, and I've got
Yeah.
your book. I'm going to have to try that one. For
All
sure.
right. We'll get it in the fair next year.
Yes, awesome.
Well, that was fun, huh?
It was a lot of fun in those cakes. The governor's cake. Oh my gosh.
That was very cool, wasn't
very,
it?
Very impressive.
Yeah. I mean, they did an amazing job.
Did.
And I can remember they had so many categories of cookies. You wouldn't think there could be that many. But I think they did a really nice job. But I think we might be able to do an even better job. And next year, there's going to be a whole new category over there at that state fair. Don't you think, Shelley?
I think.
Okay, we are now going to have, grab me that thing here, Mary. We're going to have our potato chip cookies, and that's going to be the whole new category at the state fair. So make sure next year you come see us, and you'll see the next first prize.
Yep.
But we're going to show you how you can make it too. Just don't get them over there before we do. Okay, fair is fair. All right, So this is another Hastler's.
It is.
And you know, I don't remember this one, you know?
Truthfully, I don't specifically remember it, but I understand that it was sold at the bakery
Yeah.
as you went into the tea room.
Yeah.
And I may have had them and just didn't recognize it for what it was because I was pretty small.
Well, you know, I already made them to try them out, and they are awesome. They are addictive. Okay, let's get to this. It's really a basic, you know, butter, flour kind of thing. Now, Mare,
Yes, sir.
I'm really counting on you today for this because we're going down memory lane, and we hauled out the hand mixer from like 1970, do you think?
I would say that
65,
maybe
70?
late 60s,
Could
actually,
be something
John.
like that in the late 60s. So we're going to cream together the butter and the sugar.
Okay.
Here you go, Mare. We're counting on you.
And the butter's slightly softened, if I'm feeling
Yeah.
this right. This does not make much noise. Okay, our cameraman might think differently, but
And you can actually see what it means by creamy.
Good.
tell me when to
Some
stop.
fluffy.
All right, I think we got it.
Okay.
All right, so next with our hand mixer, now we're going to add the egg yolk.
Okay.
It's just one egg yolk and the vanilla. And then we want to mix that until it's really all together.
You smell vanilla.
Uh-huh.
And the butter.
All right, I think that's good.
Okay.
Now this is usually the part when my grandmother would make all these things. This is where I wanted to eat.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right there, I had my fingers right in there. Okay, so the next thing we're supposed to do is we're gonna mix in the flour. And this, I guess we can do at a slow speed because you don't want to mix too vigorously when you're putting the flour in. Otherwise, you can actually make it tough.
Okay.
Okay, cool. And then we're gonna a little bit of salt in there.
I think it's stuck to the bottom.
Well, we're gonna get that right out.
Yeah.
It's a humid day here in Baltimore.
It really
And
is.
as you all know, during those humid days, that salt just sticks.
This is the lowest speed.
The lowest speed they have.
Being very gentle with the dough.
And it says that you can use any kind of nut that you want, so you could use like walnuts. Black walnuts would be really good, especially if you were in the winter. We took and toasted some pecans,
Oh.
which I actually really like with the...
Good with the pecans.
Yeah. All right. So you know what I think we could probably do, Mare, to finish this off? We could shut that off, and then we'll just take the fork here and work this around to get it a little bit congealed together.
Okay.
Because it still wants to kind of, the flour kind of wants to suck up the butter there. And once we get it to where we want it with that, it'd be good. Because it really doesn't take very much liquid in here at all.
It doesn't.
No. All right. So Shelley, how do you usually do it? You usually get it like thicker in there? Do you use your hands?
Yeah. I mean, I'll do it with my hands because
Here, I can
like,
do it.
Okay.
I already have. I'm already.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It's
It
all.
has to come together.
Yeah, it's almost like bread.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, getting the whole thing to actually come together like this. Yeah, nice. And you can feel it, you know, as soon as it starts to really turn into a dough,
Yep.
it's turning into a dough.
Looks
Yeah,
really
nice.
good. Nice.
Nice,
It's
nice,
holding
nice.
together nice, I can tell.
Uh-huh. Very, very good. So we already preheated our oven to 350 degrees. Now, if you're using the convection oven, I would say 325. You want to go about
Okay.
25 degrees cooler. And if you have the ability to go with a high fan or a low fan, always the low fan.
Okay.
The low fan works much nicer for baking and for pastries and things like that, and cookies and yada, yada, yada. All right, so there you go. Now, what do we do?
Now we add the potato chips.
All
But they need to be crushed.
All right.
Okay, we got to get our chips.
All
Chips right
right.
there. And you know, we're talking about kind of locavore. Well, the Utz chips are pretty locavore, aren't they? I mean, I can't eat a tuna fish sandwich without my chips.
No.
All right, how much we need in here? You don't really need a whole lot.
it's half a
just
cup.
about a half a cup.
Okay.
So I think basically what this adds, it adds a little bit of oil and the salt, with the sugar should
Yep,
be really good.
really good.
Okay, here,
All
let's
right,
put these
put 'em in the bag.
right in here. I'll put a little bit more in just in case we want to have some more we can. There you go.
All right.
All right, that should do it.
Okay.
Okay, we'll
Shelley.
try that. And now you could just
Yep.
slam it.
Slam it, smash it.
Smash it like that, or you could get out all your old-timey utensils and go to war, Miss Murphy.
Okay. How small do we want to smush them?
I think it's a personal preference, really.
Okay.
It's whatever you like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
that looks
But by
good.
the time we smush these into there, you know, it's going to pretty much do it. All right, here we have a cup. So just to say you were measuring, I don't always measure, but when you want to get the general idea, especially for a, you know, baked good.
Baking. Yes, baking.
All right, so there we go. So let's, I'm
Okay.
going to get my hands right back in there, a couple more,
Okay.
and squish those, squish. Now squish is
Squish.
a culinary term. You can look that up in the Les Scoffier, and you'll see that it is totally a culinary term, squish. Yeah, this is nice. And I can feel
The chips.
not only the chips, but you know, we had the butter, the creamed butter in there that gives you some kind of oil
Right.
thing. Well, the chips are doing the exact same thing. You know,
Nice.
they're adding a bunch of oil and obviously salt to our mixture here. These would be really nice, like as Christmas cookies or something.
They are.
Too.
They're
Yeah.
a hit.
Yeah, they'd be a great gift in a tin or something. All right, so I think we got the general idea here. So Shelley, I'm going to let you take it from there to show
Okay.
us what we should do next.
Okay, well, if it's not going to stick, which I don't think it is, just take a generous tablespoonful.
Right there, lovely.
Whoop.
I'll put it together.
But it comes together pretty quickly.
Lovely.
I think if you push it against the side of the bowl,
Yeah,
it holds it better.
very nice. I like that scoop.
That's a good scoop.
Yeah, she's got a really good scoop here. You could also, I mean, the old recipe says to do it by the tablespoonful on there. And that basically is what we need to do. So anyway, you would just continue doing that until you use up all your dough. It says it makes about 24 cookies or more, depending on how big you want
Right.
the whole kind of thing. So I'm going to take this over here and put this kind of into my Easy Bake Oven. And then I have some that I already baked just a few minutes ago, like that.
Wow.
Look at that.
They look good.
Don't they look good?
Yes, they
They're
do.
really, really nice. And they take about 30 minutes. Now, one of the other things that I've seen, and I don't know if you do that with it, Shelley, but there's some powdered sugar. Do you ever put any
I
powdered
do.
sugar on it?
I do, and I've also used a fork to put the little crosshatch marks,
Okay.
and it kind of holds the sugar on there too.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's nice.
great. So, you know, you can just dust it with a little bit of powdered sugar. And these things are so good.
They look
oh, my
good.
God, they're good. And they could be a little bit addictive, a little bit
Just
of,
a little bit.
just a little bit addictive, a little bit of habit forming. But I think when we get these into the Maryland State Fair next
Blue
year,
ribbon.
I mean, I see that blue ribbon
We will.
is just coming right on around the corner.
I think
there.
so.
Yeah. So we actually made some memories here today with all the dishes that we did. I think it tied in so nicely, you know, to all the memories, all the whole feel of Maryland. And Shelley, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
for
Thank
doing
you.
that. And everybody, don't forget, if you want to see more recipes from the olden days, here's Dining Down Memory Lane, and Dining Down Memory Lane Volume 2 has some great recipes, and it does. It's just
really.
and it's just great reading them. I
It's
mean,
fun.
It absolutely is so great reading them. And so, Mayor,
Yes, sir.
we did it again, another show, and we want to thank everybody for because we're back. We took a little hiatus, and you saw some of last month, some of the best of Chesapeake Farm and Bay to Table, and which was cool. It was really
Very
nice.
cool.
But we're back, and we headed right on down there, and it was so much fun. It really was. And we have a lot more coming up this season, and we're actually going to be going down to the Chesapeake Bay Foundation and looking at some of the environmental connections between food and the bay and our health. The whole kit and caboodle all wrapped up in one. And we have Hillary Hart-Falk with us, who is the new executive director and CEO of the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. So I am so excited about that. We're going to go to one of their education centers. So we have a lot coming up. And as always, I want to thank everybody who, made all of these everything that we did possible. Now, I'm going to go run through that, but I don't want you to click off that computer, because you know what I'll do? I'll find you. Because right after I finish doing that litany of our thanks, we're going to have a Q&A session that you can ask us anything you want, and we will try to do our darndest to tell you about that. But in the meantime, again, thanks first to all of you for tuning in, to coming in and hanging out with us in our kitchen here as we try to put all sorts of cool things together. I want to thank Harford County Public Library, the whole team there. They do such a great job. They really do putting it together. And our Common Table team and V for putting all of our food together for us.
Making us look good.
Yeah, and then, Kate was lovely sending us that cheese over, and Liberty Delight Farms, they were there, and I stopped by and got some of the fruit that I needed while I was at the Waverly 32nd Farmers Market. So the cool thing about all of this, and the reason that we do it, we like to get people learning how to cook. We want to get you in the kitchen. We want you telling more stories and making more memories. But the most important thing is to get out there and buy as much local food as you can. Go to farm stands, go to the farmers markets, go to the independent restaurants. The restaurants and the grocery stores that are using that local food. And together, we can rebuild our local food economy right here in Maryland. So anyway, get ready, get your pads and paper out so that you're ready to give us our questions. And until the next time, keep on cooking.